Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Oak Life Show, episode 86.
Take 4!
Talking about the ketogenic diet. It's hard to say.
It is very
It's not that hard to say. That's why they call it keto.
Commonly known as keto.
Liz, let's define the ketogenic diet. What is going keto? People go keto, what does that mean?
A lot of people think that it means they get to eat all of the meat and cheese and fat and oil that they want. A lot of times that's not the case. It seems so easy and simple when it's put that way, but there is a right and a wrong way to do it. So we'll kind of highlight these right here.
What you can eat, what's allowed is
Meat, seafood, non-starchy veggies, so think all of your green veggies, things like spinach, things like green beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, stuff like that. Awesome. Healthy fats and oils, think avocado oil, olive oil, avoid canola oil. What is canola? Avoid vegetable oil. Think the cleaner the source, the better. Nuts and seeds, almonds, sunflower seeds, all kinds of stuff like that. And full-fat dairy. For the most part, keto's very high in fat.
very high in fat. So if you were to break down the macros of, like the common prescription for keto is about 70% fat, 25% protein, about 5% of carbohydrate.
Yes.
Very low carbohydrate, very high in fat. And the thing about eating, well, let's go over the bad things, and then we'll talk about the balance that we need here. What you need to avoid is
Grains, so things like cereals, breads, any kind of that baked goods type thing.
yeah, bye gluten. Sorry.
On processed food, but talking about that should be the case for almost any healthy lifestyle that you're going to make. Given you're going to have a 90-10 with a lot of this stuff, but avoiding processed foods in any form is going to be exponentially better for you.
So going to the local fast food establishment and getting the burger and taking the bun off is and just
Not the
eating
best
that is
idea.
not necessarily going keto.
Nope.
So we don't
Just having fried
recommend
chicken
that.
for dinner? Nope.
Yeah.
Starchy veggies, so things like carrots, corn, potatoes of any kind,
Yeah.
fruit, given you can have a little bit in, probably berries, avoiding some of those higher sugar fruits, things like bananas, things like melon, that kind of thing.
Pineapple.
Yes. Legumes, so no black beans, no pinto beans,
And
sugar,
The last two, pretty easy here.
and alcohol. Again, going back to the fact that almost any sort of healthy lifestyle or whatever diet you choose, avoiding sugar, alcohol, and processed foods are going to be the simplest way to clean things up. Even if you choose not to follow a specific diet, cutting those 3 things out are going to make a world of difference. Again, find your balance.
Yeah. And if you do decide to eat in this methodology, you probably want to eat like all of this stuff.
Not just one or the other,
Okay,
or
for breakfast just can't be like 10 pieces of bacon. Like you probably need some vegetable in there.
think like an omelet with some nice like green veggies in there, maybe throw in a couple mushrooms, and then have maybe a couple pieces of bacon on the side. Lunch, if you wanted to do a salad with salmon on it, throw on some almonds, throw on a little bit of oil and vinegar dressing. Perfect.
Amazing. What could dinner be, Liz?
Dinner could be, you had like a nice piece of maybe like a leaner cut of steak, and you could throw in a little bit of olive oil on top of that. Olive oil and rosemary, have some asparagus, sauteed veggies, stuff like that. That's keto.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good day of eating right there. Like everything Liz says, tons of veggies, lots of good clean meats, some healthy oils. You're doing well. That's a good day. Where people mess it up is that
They think that it means they can eat just whatever they want as long as it's low in carbohydrates, or some things labeled, sugar-free, or, no carb, like this is keto approved. A lot of times that's not the case.
Yeah. Here's the deal. You can't get out of eating vegetables. You have to eat vegetables.
You have to keep your sources of food clean. That's the thing. The end-all be-all with any diet that you choose, keep your food sources clean. The less ingredients, the less processing, the better it's going to be for you.
Now, who is this not for?
This isn't for people that are high-intensity athletes, So anybody that is coming in and doing CrossFit, people that are sprinters, any kind of sports activity like that, your body needs carbohydrates for that immediate source of energy, and a lot of times it's going to be more efficient for your body to use that. So, that's the way that your body uses glycogen, and your muscles are fueled and your body works. So if you're going to be doing that higher intensity activity, keto is not the best option for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you are, I'm going to define you as a performance athlete. Like if performance is your goal. If you're chasing weights and numbers and times, and
or even if you're just like kind of you're coming to the gym 2-3 times a week and you want to perform a little bit better, probably not the best idea.
Yeah, so you just kind of have to be smart on where you're at, because if you do You do. If you do this, keto correctly, there are a lot of fantastic benefits, which include, but not limited to,
burning body fat, having a consistent source of energy. And that comes back to the fact that, cutting out those carbohydrates, what keto does is it trains your body to use fat as a fuel source as opposed to carbohydrates as a fuel source.
It's just a little bit of a slower fuel source.
Exactly. It's not the most efficient process. That's why your body tends to use carbohydrates as a fuel source, because they're much more readily available and a lot easier for your body to use at a moment's notice with those high intensity exercises. Stable blood sugar. Again, not having those carbohydrates in there, you're not going to see spikes in the sugar content of your blood. So again, decreased inflammation and enhanced cognition, where some of those sugars can interrupt. But again, going back to that, cutting out sugar, cutting out processed foods, a lot of times you can see those increases in benefit there just from doing that alone.
Correct. Okay. So, guys, we love keto. There's a lot of good things with keto. It will depend on gender, age,
activity level, what kind of activity.
Like it seems to work for different people in different times.
Yeah.
You can definitely make it work for you, as long as your lifestyle works with it.
Yes.
Stress is a big one. Craziness, lifestyle.
Yeah.
We just don't want people to give this a roll for 6 days, and then the wheels fall off and bury their face into a gallon of ice cream. Because if you notice, gallon of ice cream is not on the avoid list, but sugar is. So
yeah. So watch out for that. But just like any other diet, there is no one size fits all. This might be the best option for you. Something else might be the best option for you. But going back to everything, cut out processed foods, cut out sugar, cut out alcohol. Have your balance, but the more that you can do that,
eat your vegetables,
eat good foods, eat stuff that's not got 20 added ingredients to it.
Yeah. Eat clean.
Eat clean.
Guys, welcome to Keto. I hope you enjoyed episode 86. Catch you on the flip flop.
Camera stay on.